the Dynasty Warrior games, or anything actually by Omega Force, is very hit and miss with people. Some people love their games, while others think it's repetitive and boring. I really enjoy these types of games, these Dynasty Warrior games and everything else from Omega Force. They're just not dumb fun, but they're games that you can just sort of get in there, do a few missions, and sort of not think too hard about it. Go in, hack and slash, kill a few hundred enemies, if not a couple thousand, and move on and sort of move to area fairly quickly and defeat missions. Dynasty Warriors 9 does away with that actually, and it is 100% for the worst. They have moved the game into an open world aspect, which I was thinking, okay, so what does this exactly mean? And what it literally means is they've pushed the fights and encounters way out from one another, with literally a whole lot of nothing in between, and it is dull in the worst possible way. It's not dull in the sense that it's repetitive, it's dull in the sense that you'll get into a fight with a few dozen, if not 100 enemies, and they're like, hey, to show you this world where the next part of the mission is, and it could take 4 or 5 minutes to get there, and like there's very little in between. Sometimes there's maybe an encounter off here and there, but the encounter itself could take 30 seconds, and then you're back to a couple of minutes of just traveling from area to area, and it just makes no sense to me anyway, playing the game and enjoying the previous games in the series, that they would do this. And beyond that, because they've made it much bigger and open, the game doesn't look good at all. It looks like a previous generation game. It doesn't run well at all. Like, I'm playing on Xbox One X, I definitely feel like it's under 30 frames a second. Oh, it definitely feels that way. It's sluggish, it's ugly, it's dull, and that doesn't change. It never gets any better. They want to introduce RPG aspects where you go visit like characters and take up side missions and get components and ingredients to make things, and it all just doesn't matter because it was usually in a hub or a central area in games like this, and here it's just spread out, and it just feels, and it's not even padded out in the sense that, like, oh, instead of defeating 100 enemies you now must defeat 5,000. It's not padded out like that, it's just empty, but still expects you to waste your time moving from area to area. And I feel like this is one of the games to have very little respect for your time because of this. And like, you make it open world, if you make it open world, create these beautiful open landscapes, but there are times where you go up to the top of a tower and you look across and there's literally nothing. It's just barren wasteland, and I just don't feel anything for this game whatsoever. I literally don't really want to touch it after I finish this review, unfortunately. And usually these types of games I go back to every now and then after the review and just like, yeah, I'll go in and do a couple of missions and kill a few hundred enemies. I don't want to do that because I know of the long, arduous, laborious traveling from area to area. And yeah, I mean, they've changed the combat. I like the change in combat. You've got these special meter now, you've got this special attacks now, and it can really feel like it changes up the battle instead of going like on Xbox XXYYY, XXXYY, XXXXY, stuff like that. It adds a little bit more to it, not a huge amount, but at least something, and it's something that's, I guess, subjective, but I liked it. I liked a little bit of a change, but I'm almost at a loss for words of why they did what they did. I don't like what they did. They really feel like they half-assed it as well. It's not even like, hey, let's fundamentally change Dynasty Warriors and make it open world and add this and this and this to it. It just felt like, hey, let's make it open world. That'll sound more impressive to people, right? Open world, that's a keyword that people are searching for now. That'll hit the right audience, and then not do anything about making it a worthwhile experience. They're like, hey, yeah, look at all these popular games that are now open world. Let's go open world, and then what do we add in there? We just spread the battles further away. Okay, then cool. Then what did he do in between? None. And that's literally what it is. It's a very it's a very disappointing game. It's technically one of the worst as well. Like, you look at other games like Dragon Quest Heroes, which is a beautiful game. Hyrule Heroes, Hyrule Warriors. Yeah, but yeah, just look at Dragon Quest Heroes. And then you look at this game, it's hard to believe that it's even on the same system. Never mind the same developers. It's crazy. But yeah, a very, very disappointing game. And I don't know how they would fix it. Yeah, it's unfortunate.